Okay, so that was my last answer. I'm looking right here at C. I'm going to erase a bit of my page so that I have enough room to work. This has a negative in front. That means we need to go and divide everything by a negative, which means everything switches signs. So my front number will be positive, my middle number will be negative, my back number will be positive. All of those divide by a negative. They all end in a 5, or a 5 or a 0, which means that they divide by 5. When I divide by 5, 15 divided by 5 is 3. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 5 divided by 5 is 1. Does not cancel its numbers. Okay, you have to leave that 1 there. It has to have the placeholder. Do they have t's in common? No. So I'm left with t to the second. I'm left with a t. That one has nothing. I need to put the negative 5 in front. That's my final answer. Okay. Negative in front, divide by a negative. Divide by a negative, divide by a negative. All those signs switch. So I'm going to go switch all my signs, positive, positive, negative. They all have a 3 in common. That's the highest thing that they could have in common. So I'm going to divide by 3. 12 divided by 3 makes 4. 3 divided by 3 makes 1. 6 divided by 3 makes 2. Okay. I'm looking at x's. They all have a x in common and only one x. So 3 minus 1 makes 2. That's x squared. 2 minus 1 makes 1. That's x to the first. This now means I don't need that 1, but I could have it if I wanted to. X divided by x completely cancels, goes away. Last bit. I have a y here, I have a y squared there, but I have no y's there. Nothing. So I still need to keep my y squared, and I still need to keep my y. Done. I'd love it if you got rid of that positive sign right there. Now, I need to make sure that this gets written right there. Negative 3x. That was my GCF. Okay, let's do it again. So I'll typically go and say, hey, what's your GCF? Bloop, 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 bloop. Is it negative? No, there's no negative right here. I don't need it. Do they all have x's? Yes. What is my x to the lowest exponent? It's x to the first, so I get to write it as just an x. What is my y? And do they have all y's? They all have y's. My y to the highest or to the lowest exponent is y. So I get to leave it as just a y. So x, y is my GCF. That goes in front. Then I need to know my leftovers. 7 minus 1 makes x to the 6th. 5 minus 1 makes y to the 4th. Minus x to the 6th over 1 makes x to the 5th. 2 over 1 makes y to the 1. Do I need the 1? No. 3 minus 1 makes x to the 2nd. 3 minus 1 makes y to the 2nd. 1 minus 1 cancels. 1 minus 1 cancels. I'm not allowed to say that this just goes away. It doesn't happen. It cancels into a 1. You need a placeholder. That is called a placeholder. Okay. F. So I'm going to look at my smallest number and see if that goes in. 2 definitely goes in. I'm going to look at my smallest A and see, does A go into everything? Yes. I'm going to look at my smallest B and see, does B go into everything? Yes. So my GCF is 2AB. It's not negative because there's no negative in front. So now I need to go through and I need to divide. 2 divided by 2 cancels. A to the 4th minus 1 makes A to the 3rd. B to the 8 minus 1 makes B to the 7. 20 divided by 2 makes 10. A to the 4th minus 1 makes A to the 3rd. B to the 3rd minus 1 makes B to the 2nd. Minus, I know I'm going to run out of room here, so I'm going to erase that. 10 divided by 2 makes 5. A to the 3rd divided by 1 makes A to the 2. 2 minus 1 makes B, just by itself, B to the 1st. 40 divided by 2 makes 20. A's cancel, B's cancel. My placeholder's already there in terms of the 20. Okay. I said that I was going to show you this tomorrow. I'm going to write things down right now that I don't want you to copy. As long as this is not copied down, you will receive credit for this. Do not write this down. I'm going to take this side plus this side plus this side plus that side. 4m plus 2m plus 4m plus 2 plus 2m plus 2. If you are listening to this, you are getting credit by doing less work. Do not copy this down. 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2 makes 6, 10, 12. M. Two plus 2 makes 4. That would be my final answer for the perimeter. Okay, that's done. I'm looking at find the mistakes, and I do want you to write this down. I'm looking for find the mistakes, and I do want you to write this down. They're saying they have a 5 in common. Totally true. They're saying they have an A in common. Oop, no. That's the mistake. They're saying they have a 7 in common. Totally true. Okay, well, let's keep going. 7 divided by 7 cancels. Ooh, that should be canceled. They're saying they have a 2 in common. Ooh, that's totally true. They're both even. Okay, well, let's see. What's left over is a y. That's right. What's left over is a 3. That's right. An x and a y. That's all correct. But this is wrong because it still has a y in common. So I need to say that 2y comes to the outside. I leave a placeholder of a 1, 3x. Eight A. Does that divide by 8? It does. Okay, so this cancels, and I'm left with just an x. Cool. This cancels. Huh. I don't know. Oh, 56 divided by 8, 7. Six goes into all of those. X goes into all of it. Y goes into all of it. Well, right now I'm looking at this and I see 6 and 8. Those both divide by 2 again. So they have a 12 in common, not a 6 in common. Okay, I'm going to leave F for you to do on your own. I'm going to leave G, H, and I for you to do on your own. That's the end of our notes, and then you reach your homework page. Oops. Okay, so for homework, make sure that if there's a negative in front, that you're pulling a negative out. Make sure you're giving me your answer in a GCF and then the leftovers. Ooh, my lights just turned out. You are not going to do 16. You are not going to do 12, 13, 14, or 15. These are for Monday. And I think that's probably good. I think that that's enough to keep you busy in class today. Okay, so you're going all the way up to number 11.